Okay guys, we are on day 48 of the manhunt for escaped killer Joshua Zimmerman. Escaped from the DeSoto County Courthouse on June 14th. He was last seen in Memphis on June 15th. He is wanted in Connecticut for rape of a man, rape of a female, kidnapping, attempted murder, and other charges. He's wanted in Texas for murder in the first degree, where he faces the death penalty. He's wanted in Mississippi for armed robbery and attempted murder after he shot a man in the neck while on the run using the same gun that he used to kill Kiana in Houston. Now we are dealing with a spree killer who has been incarcerated for the better part of his life. He's turning 31 in August, and this is the longest time of freedom that this monster has had since the age of 6. That is a Michael Myers, if you ask me. There we go. The age of 6 is the last time they heard, or the last time this guy had this much freedom. That in itself is rather scary. And now last night, for the first time, I watched that press conference, the entire thing, from the sheriff, who says that if Zimmerman crossed the street with a thong on and a Speedo, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Maybe if he didn't cross the street at all, if he had some handcuffs that didn't come with keys, he'd be a little bit better off. The guy has spent his entire life planning escapes, watching films on escapes. He is kind of living in the moment, but the problem is the movies that he watched never had the greatest endings or in-betweens, right? The movies with Ted Bundy, it's not like he's going around selling Girl Scout cookies and fulfilling the sale. He's stealing, so that's a whole different ballpark. Same thing with Dahmer. If you watched that stuff, people should, those are obviously for true crime people. It's fascinating to study that mind, to see what makes somebody so sick, so we can, I guess, maybe with AI down the line, try to cut that stuff before it starts, maybe alter the DNA and take that shit out. But people like Zimmerman watch it to study and learn. His escape from DeSoto is a page out of Ted Bundy's book. His crime spree from Texas, or from Connecticut to Texas to then Mississippi, is a page out of Andrew Cunanan's book. This guy is like two killers meets one. You have Ted Bundy, the serial killer who charms people. He's able to smooth talk women no matter how dangerous and vile he is. And then you have the Andrew Cunanan side, the gay side of Zimmerman, who cross-dresses and who likes to play house and wife, like whatever it's called, when he's in jail. Except he does it in a violent way. He rapes men to rape a man or a woman is repulsive, but this guy does both. I mean, what is that? He is this, what do you call that, right? And on top of that, you've got a sheriff who says, had he walked across the street in a Speedo and a thong on, we would have caught him. Well, and then he goes on to say, people in DeSoto County, you guys should be comfortable and happy that we had an escape. You guys should be happy that we had an escape. And the rest of the country, you guys have to have shockwaves sent to you. What the hell does that mean? Did you guys take him and move him out of Mississippi and say he's our problem? Who says at a press conference, had he walked across the street in Hernando County with a Speedo and a thong on, somebody would have called us. But yet somebody called you. The outside entity to delete the surveillance. Did they have a thong on? Because you took their advice. I doubt they were wearing, maybe they did. Maybe it was, I don't know. But at the end of the day, a thong wouldn't have made a difference. A handcuff would have. But why should the rest of the country be scared? That came from him. Why should you guys be scared and stuff like that? Because we're dealing with a guy who fled Connecticut because of raping a man. The DNA test came back, matched him. An arrest warrant was issued. They were coming to raid his house and take him in. He flees to Texas, murders a girl. His girlfriend that he loved, well, to him, love doesn't exist. So he says love, he killed her. From there, he takes the gun and goes to Mississippi, meets a guy, and Andrew Cunanan style talks to him. Next thing you know, gets a little gig, goes in the house, shoots him in the neck. I mean, it's like the craziest set of circumstances. And then at the press conference, they say, how dangerous is this guy? He's got him for carjacking, an attempted murder, something in Texas. That's it. No, dude, he's wanted for raping men, raping women, murdering women, kidnapping women, shooting men, shooting women. He's wanted for a lot more things than a carjacking, you idiot. You know, you kind of downplayed that big time by a carjacking, dude. You left out the part where he'll steal it with a gun, kidnap you, rape you, and then murder you. You know, that's a pretty big factor to add, because, yeah, maybe you'll give him the car, but you're also giving him your life. You should tell the public that, you know, you're a fraud of a sheriff. That sheriff said that Zimmerman, nah, man, he's wanted for carjacking, an attempted murder from South Haven, and something from Texas, you moron. It's the death penalty. You know, that is we're dealing with a death row inmate, and he says, oh, a carjacker. That's like saying Ted Bundy is wanted for stealing a library book. F the murders, the hell with them. They don't count. He went to the library a lot, but he didn't pay for this book. So we want Ted Bundy. The public's not going to look for effing Ted Bundy over a book, right? Are you guys going to go look for a carjacker? No, I don't give a shit about a carjacker. Steal all the cars you want, bud. That's the cops' jobs. But if you're raping, killing, and on a spree kill, yeah, I'm going to be starting to look into you. That's a little bit, that passes carjacking by, I mean, we're comparing like 9/11 to a car accident. If you're going to say carjacking compared to first-degree murder, rape, kidnapping, armed robbery, I mean, he held a baby up as a human shield. The guy is sick. So again, hold on. If you see something, it's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be in that region because we don't know for sure. What we do know is he was last seen in Memphis, right? June 15th. So using our common sense, that tells us he didn't get far. Surveillance is amazing, okay? So if he got anywhere, we have a problem. Because if he made a move, he made it in June. That means that the 5 states that they're currently watching might not really be part of the search because they need another 5 to 15 states to find him. If they lost him 100% in June, we have a problem, a big problem, a very big problem. So again, if you see something, say something. I don't think I have any other updates right now. That's pretty much it. I'm waiting to hear back on a few different new locations and new regions that are being searched as part of the manhunt, but I'm waiting until they are ready to talk about that, I guess. So when I have more information, I'll let you guys know. Stay safe. If you see something, say something. Again, he is raping men. He is raping women. He will, at this point, it's been 50 days. He might rape a minor. He might. It's been 50 days. So look, if he's in if he's in Memphis, okay, and he's being protected by like the streets, I'm sure the streets watch us. You guys, if you're legitimately from the streets, I don't know how the streets are in Memphis. Maybe you guys are different. I know the sheriff said that if he wore a thong in DeSoto County, he would have gotten caught, but maybe in Memphis, that's okay. Maybe he can wear a thong there. I don't know how your gangs are. In Philly, we don't play that shit. So like if there's a rapist, a murderer, and a dude that rapes men, women, and does all that, and on top of that, he's going to be having the audacity to bring heat to the table, they're going to kill him. The streets, right? But maybe not Memphis. Maybe Memphis likes that thong gang stuff. I don't know. Is that how gangs are in Memphis? You guys wear thongs out in the street so that way you can blend in? Because the sheriff in DeSoto County said maybe that'll fly in your area, but not there in his county. So if you are in Memphis and you're a so-called gangster protecting Zimmerman, you're not a gangster, dude. You're protecting a dude that rapes dudes and women and would kill your kid if he had to. You're not protecting anybody except, well, I guess you're securing yourself a very long sentence. That's another thing I heard today. Whoever helps Zimmerman, you're getting charged in 3 states: Connecticut, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Connecticut, Mississippi, and Texas. I'm going to emphasize the Texas because that's 25 to life for you. And then you have Connecticut, which is about 5 to 10 years. And then you have Mississippi, who wants you for 15. Whoever's helping Zimmerman, you're looking at 3 separate sentences that totals 45 years in prison. So let's hope you're 5 years old so you have a little bit of life left when you get out. It's never too late to start cooperating with authorities until he's caught. If you see something and you're with him, or no, if you're with him, it's time to start talking. I don't know what kind of gangsters on the streets protect cross-dressing, serial spree-killing rapists that don't discriminate, rape men and rape women. The streets in Philly don't really like that. Maybe Memphis does. I don't take you guys as that. I don't think you are. So I think it's time for the streets in Memphis. If you guys really are, I mean, look, you guys are rated one of the crime cities of the country, right? Well, I've never heard of a tough thug or a gangster on any Philly street hiding a cross-dressing gay serial spree killer that attacks anything with a pulse just to get off, okay? That's not gang activity. They don't do that. They might sell their drugs, they might do their little gang wars, but if you guys are protecting a guy that might be dressing up with a thong and going around and raping men and women, you guys have a bigger problem than Zimmerman. I mean, that just takes a special kind of person to do that. I know the street mentality is don't snitch, but you're dealing with a dude that if you met him in prison and you're from the streets, you would probably have his ass kicked, right? To try to get in with the right crowds, because they don't like sex offenders. They don't like dudes that rape dudes and dudes that rape women. They don't like them. They don't like child abusers there. So when you're in prison, are you going to protect Zimmerman in there? No. Why would you protect him on the street? Think about that. Use your street common sense. If it's somebody you're not going to protect on the inside and put your name out there for, why the hell would you do it on the outside where you're facing 45 years in prison for somebody else's F-ups? Zimmerman is not from that. After these murders, right? After that whole debacle in Houston, and you still support him and you're still helping him, he found the best idiot to manipulate. At this point, it's becoming, before he was able to manipulate victims, and that was true manipulation. At this point, you're an idiot if you get manipulated, because the guy in Memphis, his face should be pretty well known. I don't know if he identifies as a man or a woman. I don't know. So I'm not going to say his until we know what the heck he is, because Texas says he's not a U.S. citizen. Okay, so Zimmerman, they're up to something, bud. You better start moving your butt toward the marshals and turn yourself in. Because if you look yourself up in Texas, your U.S. citizenship is gone, buddy. So I don't know what Texas is about to do to you, but it ain't good, okay? Because it says you're an illegal alien, and I'm pretty sure you're not, but that's Texas. They try to become their own country once, and shit, I'll support that if they take you. So again, if you're supporting Zimmerman and you're on the streets and you claim to be a gangster, you're not, you're a fraud. You're going to go to prison with him, and guess what? When you get there, you're going to end up having to side with the people that don't like him, right? Because he's a rapist. You can't be cool with rapists in prison, especially dudes like that. So what? You're going to protect him out here, get 45 years in there just to not protect him anymore? So then you guys become enemies in there because he's gay? Something you should know from now, that he rapes men? Yeah, so if you're protecting him on the streets, you're a fool, because you would never protect him in there. Or you would, but then you would need protection too, because the gangs don't play with creeps like that, okay? So if you see something, say something. Again, Arkansas, be on the lookout. Mississippi, be on the lookout. Connecticut, be on the lookout. Tennessee, be on the lookout. All right, Arkansas, Texas, no, not Texas. Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, Arkansas, Connecticut. I'm pretty sure. There's 5 of them. There's so many. All right, so I'm going to start from the top. Mississippi, be on the lookout. Tennessee, be on the lookout. Arkansas, be on the lookout. Connecticut, be on the lookout. And Florida, be on the lookout. Gosh, when we add the other 2 or 3, it's going to be a pain in the neck. But again, if you see something, say something. It's never too late, guys, to send any information. If you think you saw him last week, DM me. I'm not, like, I don't need, if I ask you to text me, it's not because I'm going to send it to anybody. It's just so it's quicker to get to me, so I can take notes and get it to the right guy or girl, right? I get those tips and I send them to the correct people. I don't send it to a tip line. I send it directly to the people that are searching for Zimmerman, not bounty hunters, not literally the teams, the task forces that are looking. So any information, if you think you saw him, shoot me a DM. When, where, what did he look like? What was he wearing? If you remember, stuff like that, general stuff. You don't have to give me your name. You don't have to give me any of that. I just need some details. You can't just say, I saw him in Florida. Give me some details, when, where, what kind of, if you were at a store, what store, general area, so that way I can give them something to work with. They can pull surveillance in that area, and they pull that stuff very quick. We're dealing with the feds, and if I get if say you have a potential sighting, they can pull surveillance within 20 minutes and confirm it or deny it, right? So again, if you see something, say something. It's never too late. Even if it's 2 weeks, it's not too late, because I get that people are starting to ask me on X through DM, is it too late to report something if I saw it last week? No. If you don't feel comfortable calling the authorities, call or text me, DM me. I'll be the middleman, and it'll get to them. The goal is to catch this guy sooner than later. He is going to rape again. He rapes men, he rapes women. This whole thing started when the DNA test came back linking him to the rape of a man. Again, Florida, be on the lookout. Connecticut, be on the lookout. Mississippi, be on the lookout. Tennessee, be on the lookout. And Arkansas, be on the lookout.